Hi guys, it's Wombat, and Arayas is definitely keeping me occupied. Right now I'm making new videos for all my map combos. That includes Romania Extended, because not only did he update both his RoExTended map, he also updated his rescale of Turkey, and those two updates requires me to create brand new map combos because previous load orders doesn't work anymore. So thank you, Arayas. So I'm gonna start with this one, the long haul combo, before I continue updating my pro mods and TSM combos as well. There are several new things here you need to consider if you are upgrading to 2.1, or if you are just seeing one of my map combos for the very first time and are trying to recreate it now. I am including the same profile I included in the last long haul video, but this time of course updated for the new version of Romania Extended and YKSRSK. That doesn't mean that you have to use that profile. You can continue using the one you already have if you do have my long haul profile, or if you created your own long haul profile and added the maps to that one. Just go through the setup again and download the updated files. I will show you which files are updated during this video, so sit down and relax while we go through that. And before we have a look at the map, I'm gonna talk a little bit about where I'm hauling right now. I am in Georgia. I'm on my way to Southern region, which means that I am on the road connection between YKS, Turkey and Southern region. But I'm not using the same road connection this time as the one I used during my last long haul combo video. I'm using a new one by Sergey 061. Unfortunately, you can't use both this one and Arayas' original road connection, but you can swap them in and out whenever you like. They are placed in the exact same spots, both of them, and I'm gonna show you that also in this video, how you do that. The great thing about this one is that it is, I would say it is a pretty long extension of Southern region. You have a massive forest road to haul on. And let me say that right away, you won't be able to get through this forest with a 6x2 tag lift truck. That's not gonna work, trust me, because that is what I used the first time. The result isn't pleasing, or maybe it is, depending on how you see it. But I'm using that road connection right now. If you want to use Arayas instead, which I recommend if you're gonna do something wild and crazy and hold something incredibly wide and long, you use Arayas instead. But if you're just using one trailer, as I am right now, single tank trailer, it's quite exciting using Sergey's road connection instead. So yeah, feel free to use which one you want to use. Doesn't really matter, as long as you understand that you can only use one at a time. So without further ado, let's go through the map itself. And here is the map, and there aren't really that many changes to it. So when you look at the map, you have EAA, you have Europe as expected, you have Romania Extended, I'll talk a little bit more about that later. You have Turkey, Southern region, Great Step, my little tiny Rusmap, and Vanemap, connected directly to Antarctica. So there are no news here, there are no news here, there are no news in Europe, there are no news here, there are no news on the Great Steppe, there are no news on Rusmap, and there are not really any real news on Southern Region either. However, this is then version 2.1 of Romania Extended, so we have this part here added. We also have a slightly newer version of YKS Turkey. It's the one specially designed for version 1.34, which makes it the only difference between this one and the old one for 133 is that it is a little bit easier to see what files you load. But other than that, there aren't really that many news. But of course, since we are using the rescaled version, there are major changes to the setup. Also, there were 5 ferries from Novorossiysk, I didn't pronounce that correctly, to Mykolaiv, Odessa, Constanta, some other city over here, what was it, Burgas, and to Istanbul. I have removed them in my new Wombat Less Ferries add-on. And the last news here is then the road connection that I'm using between Southern Region and Georgia on YKS Turkey. This is not the one that Arayas has created. You can use either his or this one. The main difference between the two, or as you saw, the one I was using today, which is this one, don't really contain that much highways. It is basically one big extension of Southern Region with its enormously long forest road. But you can use either this one then, or the one that I usually use, which is Arayas road connection. So, but you can't unfortunately use both of them at the same time. It's either this one or the other one. So that is the map. So here are the mods. Now, compared to the last video, there aren't that many changes, so I'm gonna point changes out for you. But for everyone else who haven't made this combo yet, we start with Antarctica map version 0.7, map file and def file. And make sure that you are using version 0.7 and not version 0.8 or 0.9 or whatever is also available when you decide to create this combo. For now, I only know that version 0.7, which happens to be the latest one, actually works. There are reasons to believe that it won't work in the future with any other versions than 0.7. So let's see what happens. Then we have the Vanessa files, file number 3, 2, the Wombat version of file number 1. So make sure that you download my file and replace the original one with this one. And finally the 0 file, the VP land traffic fix. And of course the Antarctica to Vanemap connection. We have the base file for EAA and the MAPA EAA file above that. And we have power cargo for EAA, heavy cargo for EAA, Great Steppe model, map def, Southern Region map model 3, 2, 1, def and map. We also have Southern Region English city names file, and Rusmap model 2, model 1, and the Wombat edition of the map and def file. Above these two we then have the old city names, version 1.3, and no Rusmap police in Europe. And here are a couple of changes. We have the 1.34 version of YKS Team EU Turkey map Model 2 and Model 1. Now if you are using the 1.33 files, which works fine as well, it won't say Model 2 and Model 1 here. So I highly recommend that you use the 1.34 files. So if yours doesn't say Model 1 and Model 2 here, you're still on 1.33, so make sure you upgrade these files. And then we have the upgraded version for Romania Extended. It costs €1 for this download, but I highly recommend that you choose the PPM membership, premium PPM, which costs €5, because that gets you all future updates of Romania Extended for free. You even get an email every time the map is updated or any of the mods are updated. Even if it's just a quick fix like this one here, you get an email, so you don't even have to bother about going to RoExTended.ro and find the new versions. They are sent to you in emails. So that is a great service, especially considering how often Arayas updates his mods. He constantly adds new things, so I highly recommend the €5 option. We have file number 4, 3, 2, 1, and file number 1 is updated slightly. A couple of fixes are added to this one, so make sure that you are using this one and not the original one, which you are if you downloaded the files prior, probably at least prior to this video. And then we have the updated Romania Extended English city names for version 2.1. And here is then the reason I have to create a brand new video, YKSRSK 1.6. This one includes both the map and def file, which is the reason why we don't have the map and def file down here. It also includes the road connection between Romania Extended and Turkey. So that is the reason, the second reason it has to be up here. And the reason why we have to create a new video, because this changes the entire loading of the map. Then we have, in this case, the Sergei 061 road connection between YKS Turkey and Southern region. You can use either this one or the original one by Arayas. I do link to both of them in the video description, and you can swap them out if you like. If you want to use the Arayas version instead, just remove that one, excuse me, and you're good to go. And when you grow tired of Arayas version, you can move back to Sergei's version again. You can even load both of them at the same time, but you will only be able to hold on one of them anyway, so I highly recommend that you only load one at a time. Above that we then have Russian open spaces, model, map, def file, or just Russian open spaces. We then have vehicles and vehicle truck. Then a few add-ons to ROS, the trailer double, heavy cargo for ROS, Negarabit for ROS, which is special transports for ROS, the speed of snow, which makes your truck behave more normally when you are holding on snow on ROS. If you don't use this one, your truck will feel like it's rolling around in snow, in syrup. instead of snow, so I highly recommend this one as well. And then we have the Great Step and Ross Road connection as well. Now this file is found on ZippyShare. It is just something else than share mods, but it is the same concept. There is clickbait there, there is different kinds of things you can download if you click the wrong download button, but it is the same thing as it is with share mods. There is absolutely nothing fishy about the download file. And just like you have to know what you're doing when you download files from share mods, you need to know what you're doing when you're downloading files from ZippyShare as well. It's the original link, I can't change it, it is what it is. Then we have English city names for Ross. We have the Less Ferries mod, as well as the now updated Less Ferries add-on by Wombat. It is updated, I have removed 5 ferries, or 10 if you like, between southern region and different parts of Romania extended and Turkey. So if you still have ferries on the map after updating to 2.1, make sure you are using version 0.8.5 instead of the old 0.8 version. We then have dOOmERdaZe's wonderful background for the entire map. And if your background looked different than mine, it is because you didn't download this one. So make sure you get this one as well. And of course Arayas SuperZoom on top of everything else. That is required if you want to be able to scroll through the entire map. So that is the complete setup. So that completes the combo, and as always, if you do have any problems, make sure that you are using the exact same versions of the mods that I'm using. Links to all of them are found in the video description. Also make sure that you have all 5 map DLCs. When you add the combo, first things first, remove all other mods you might have on the profile you want to use. Make sure the profile work. Then add my map combo, make sure the map combo work, and then you can add back in all your other mods. That's gonna save both you and me a ton of time, because I see these questions very frequently where people can't get the combo to work, and it's always about the very same thing. They have other mods there that works beautifully without the map combo, but the map combo, like all map combos, includes things that might make 1 or 2 of your other mods incompatible with the setup, and that results in a crash. It's not my fault, follow the instructions. Or if it still doesn't work, it might be that you need to create a new profile. That will work. I've never had a single case where that doesn't solve the problems, as long as you are using the same versions of the maps that I'm using and also have all the map DLCs and meet all other requirements. So that's what I had to say about today's combo. I will continue during the coming days to produce new videos for my other combos, but I wanted to start with this one because this is the newest one, or the last video I did on map combos was this one with the old files. So I've been seeing a lot of questions on my last video about version 1.6, which obviously doesn't work in that setup, but here's a new one. It works here. Enjoy it, and thank you for watching. Take care everyone. Bye bye.